The film came about as a sort of evolution of a relationship that I had working with a gallery in London called Studio Voltaire. I'd done a walking tour with them as part of a sort of events program a couple of years ago, which looked at the relationship between gay men and spies in London throughout the 1930s and 40s. And they came to me again and said, do you want to work on anything else? I think they had the idea that I'd write a book or a publication for them, and I was like, yeah, I want to make a film. And to their credit, they were just like, okay, let's make it work, which they did, and they were really, really helpful in that. So I approached Onyeka Igwe, who's a filmmaker I've known for a long time and really respect her work. And her work is often dealing with ideas of archives and how to sort of explore and represent the stories that are told in archives, which fit really well because a lot of my research was based on looking through the archives and taking these sort of stories that are quite often flat on the page because the nature of espionage, of course, is to keep information as limited as possible. So I was going through these archival documents, and they were full of these hints of something much more interesting happening, but they just had these quite dry statistical sort of stories. So it felt like a natural fit to work with Oni, and we sort of sat down and talked through my ideas as maybe as the writer, and she talked through some different ways we might be able to work with that as a sort of visual story, I guess, to tell that. And it felt just incredibly natural, not just working with her, but with the producer, Pinky, and the director of photographer. It was a very easy process. It was a very intuitive process. And because we had such a small crew, we managed to keep it sort of quite natural and flow quite easy. And so from day one, it was extremely collaborative, and right through into the shoot as well. We found it sort of thinking on our feet a lot and looking for new shots and things, which I think shows in the end because we managed to catch a few sort of really nice little special moments that I think we wouldn't have got if we'd had a stricter schedule. Yeah, I had a voice in my head, and I gave him a few pointers of the sort of people that I wanted him to sort of emulate, some other actors and some people from shows in the past and things like this. He pretty much nailed it first time. I think the only feedback I gave him on the first sort of run through was it needs to be a lot more fruity, and he just dialed up the fruity straight away. He was amazing, such a pro, and again, it's similar to working with the archives, having this voice on the page and in my head, but then it was one thing, but then giving it to him and seeing his skill as an actor to sort of really bring out all these sort of aspects that I hadn't really thought about, even in the writing, was such a unique privilege to sit there and watch him at work like that. I think something that's been really important for me in my entire career is focusing actually on creative relationships as much as professional relationships, and finding the people who make you tick and whose conversations make you want to go off and have new adventures and make new works and bring out new ideas. And if you focus on that and your own creativity, your own what it is you want to say, your own passion for your work, in a long term it takes a bit longer, but that has worked for me much better than I think maybe trying to focus on making those professional contacts, and hopefully the work and those relationships speak for themselves. I've known Oni for, 12 or 13 years, and this is the first time we've really worked together. And obviously, over that entire time, we've just been sharing ideas about our work and seeing each other's work and reading each other's stuff. And then it just happened to be then, at that moment, that she was the right person to work with. And I think festivals like this are a sort of perfect opportunity for meeting people and seeing stuff and being like, okay, this is really exciting to me. Let's talk to this person and see what they're doing and what their ideas are as well.